my general golden rule is however many hours of footage I have will take double that to edit. So
how many hours of footage do we have of our Left 4 Dead stuff?
Our Left 4 Dead video took 7 hours, so it's probably going to take me about 14 hours to edit properly. So I sit there, and Kelly will tell you I don't blink when I edit. I sit there like this, and you have to watch the same clip over and over and over and over and repeat, and it sounds like perfection.
Even editing the Marauders only took all day, didn't it?
Yeah,
that was using existing footage. We didn't even go out and take any new footage for that. So
she
was making it and I was helping, then she was getting annoyed because I was trying to help, so I was like, okay, I won't help.
Just don't.
I'm just going to sit on the bed and play my game, 2 minutes later asleep.
5 hours later.
5 hours later I wake up and you're still doing it.
Yeah, I was like, I'm almost done. And that was it was 5 hours for a 2-minute video that I put out there.
And we're not even technically professional at it, you know, we see so much better stuff out there. And I hate to think how long really talented people take to do it.
Yeah, I'm just a perfectionist. I'm just pedantic when I edit.
That's true.
But yeah, editing is the worst. But that's why Demyx Time has taken me so long.
But good fun. You
yeah,
learn
good
a lot
fun.
doing it.
Yeah, exactly. You do learn a lot. But it's also the fact of you just get lost sometimes. You're just like, what have I edited? What haven't I? And like I get about each video, each time we film, I get about 20 gigabytes of footage because I do it in HD. So I've got 20 gigabytes of footage, and I've got to remember where each clip is in each shot, and it's just
got more of that Left 4 Dead, haven't you?
I've got about 30 gigabytes for Left 4 Dead.
Lots of video. And most of it you'll never even see.
Yeah, most of it you won't see.
Apart from the bloopers.
And when I freaked out online because I was editing Left 4 Dead, and I started just out of nowhere on Twitter, I was going, I don't have one shot, it's not there, I wasn't recording. I went a bit mental, and then like 5 minutes later I was like, oh, it's fine, I have it now, it's fine.
I have it.
Panic over.
So melodramatic. Any other questions?
Of the costumes that you've made, what was the most fun to make?
Most fun?
Yes, most fun.
This one. Mainly because my friend drew the shirt for me, because I'm shit at drawing, I can't draw to save my life. So she did all the design on the shirt, and it was just a plain yellow shirt. And then it was out to my garden with her, stood there with loads of paints and paintbrushes with paint over her hands going, right. And I just had to stand there like this.
It was you, Laura, and Becky, and I literally just had a whole palette, and you guys just went, and Laura was just going, I can see this getting really silly.
And the thing is, the shirt was so thin, and all our shirts quite thin, and it just went straight through onto our skin. So when we took it off, it was like, we just, oh no.
I wasn't even wearing cosplay, and I was covered. I wasn't even meant to be getting it on me, and I was just covered.
And it was going up to my mum going, Mum, we all need to use the bathroom, it's going to get a bit messy. Sorry. But no, this was hella fun to do because there wasn't any massive skill involved, it was just us being cracked and attacking each other with paint, which did end up being a bit of a paint war, and we did record it.
Oh yeah, I got that,
which was good. Apart from that, from a creative point of view, from a not rolling around in paint point of view, believing us.
Don't we need you!
Okay. Creative point of view. I don't even know.
I think one of my most fun ones just to wear is Rincewind, Terry Pratchett's Discworld series. I had a lot of fun running around as Rincewind. That was too much fun. Because people would like, I just want you to look like this. And people go, Rincewind, I was going, just running away from them all day. It was brilliant.
Really not sure. Trying to think. Because most of my favourite costumes are the ones that cause me the most stress and anger, so it's a bit difficult to think. I quite enjoyed doing Midna, that was good fun to make. Because I've never done a big headpiece like I did for her before, so that was a fun challenge to do. And it didn't drive me mental, which was always good.
Yeah.
So yeah, that'd probably be my favourite one for making wise.
What about wearing? What about just running around in? Apart from food.
Apart from these ones. Most fun to run around in? I don't know, it depends what convention you're at, because doing Scarlet Witch yesterday was fun, mainly because of all the guys like, girl with her boobs out, let's get a photo. It's always good when you're a cosplayer, because the one thing you want is millions of photos. That was good fun. But it's not my favourite because there's high shoes and my feet hurt, and corsets and my chest hurt. God, I was dying yesterday. I don't really know. Being Axel at Metricon is always fun.
Yeah.
I'd say that's probably the most fun I have in a costume.
It's good.
Just because of all the fun we have with other people in them.
Yeah, I think that's...
Other people make it fun.
I think that's the thing of, like, because when we put videos, when we're wherever, when we're actually Demyx, it's good fun, because, like, when we're at Metron especially, and we have, like, you know, 100 people there, and it's like this big inside joke we all share, and it's really fun to just joke with people, and we all know it.
That's good.
Except for when we're doing panels, and people go, now in episode 4, and we're like, so what do we do in episode 4? What do we do? Yes, that's just, we don't know our episodes.
People seem to assume we know all our episodes inside out, but they don't seem to get them because we're in them, we don't really watch them that much. We don't want to watch ourselves over and over again, so we don't actually know.
I edit them so much, the moment they're up, like, I'm never watching them ever again, I'm sick of this footage.
Whereas I just get embarrassed by myself, which is probably a good sign.
Sorry.
No, by all means.
Sorry. I did a panel at LAC, a London convention, and I didn't know what to say, so I just filled most of my panel with just me dancing the whole time. And I was dressed as Daniel from Amnesia, so I was just dancing with him all day.
It was strange. Any other questions?
So we're like your biggest fans, so can we get autographs and pictures and hugs and...
Yeah, you can. We have a table you can come get autographs from. For free.
Right here, so that's a danger.
Avengers water bottles.
Water bottles at conventions.
Anyone got a real question? It's not this person. That person, for that matter. Anyone?
Well, that person.
We've only got 15 minutes to fill, so come on, guys.
It's not going to show up.
She's not showing up.
Oh, no, she forgot pieces of our costumes, so it took her a long time to actually get dressed. So
Burn her with fire.
She's not going to be there, we're really sorry.
So if you turn up to see her, she's not going to be here. Feel free to leave whenever you wish. We won't feel bad.
Yeah, we won't go back. Screw these guys.
But she will be at her table later today, and she will answer questions. We're really sorry about that.
Yeah, so if anyone has any genuine cosplay related questions of how to make things or whatever, probably best to direct them to her, because she'll probably have a better answer for you. Whereas our general answer is...
Severus.
I'm actually making hexadecimal. I was wondering how you how you sewed on your details yesterday for Scarlet Witch. Did you sew them on or did you glue them on?
That was piping. That was all under the spandex. So I basically off eBay I got elasticated. It's called bungee cord. It's not really. It was about 3-4 millimeter thick elastic cord wrapped in cotton. Put that underneath, held it in place with pins, and then literally hand sewed the entire thing on. If you're planning to do it, it takes a while. Is this for the corset you wanted on then? The way I did my corset when I did Hex was I got an existing one, because back then I didn't know how to make corsets from scratch. Got an existing fabric one with Get Metal Bones. It's so worth it. There's a website online called Corsets UK. If you search them, really cheap, good corsets, and they ship in the States, and I guess they ship to Canada as well. If you're a corset wearer, you must know. Yes. Yeah. So got a cheap fabric corset and basically got some stretchy fake PVC stuff, cut into panels and sewed it onto that, and it looked perfect. You wouldn't have guessed it wasn't a sort of a unique corset. So I personally do that because piping it's not fun. And plus with a metal corset underneath you can really suck yourself in tiny ways.
When she was literally crying when you were doing Scarlet Witch, you're like, I don't want to do it anymore. I was sitting there watching TV.
Yeah. I mean, by all means, give it a go. You know, then you might find it easier than I did, or you might decide to use it for another costume in the future. But for Hex, having done her and knowing how much a bitch she is to do, I personally recommend it. Not the easiest method to do. I have fun because she's so much fun, and people get so freaked out by it. You'll probably have more fun doing it over here as well, because back home only about 5 people had a clue who we were.
Yeah.
A very limited
I couldn't
number.
walk through doorways. It was horrible.
She did Damon from the very last series, so
that
huge pink suit with a big headpiece on
and
it.
I was sewn in up to here, and I had pink face paint on, and the contents were just like...
The first and last female costume.
Yeah, and I couldn't do that, I was just like...
Now I fear doing Andrea.
No, that was the easiest costume, because I made that.
Yeah,
I made Laura's Andrea costume, that was quite easy.
And she could just walk around, the two of us, just like standing there, like, and she was just like lounging.
Yeah, that's quite cool. They've been planning to do scales for her, by the way, because I've seen fishnet tights, put them onto your arms or cut them up so it's a single sheet, put it on, get whatever body paint you want your scales to be, pat it on over the fishnets, put it away, instant scales.
Oh, I like that.
Really cool.
It's simpler than what I wanted to do.
Yeah, I do. You carry on.
Actually the way that the professional makeup artists do it also.
Yeah.
Lily does that all the time. Lily Alexandra, that's what she does. Fishnet and pink.
Makes life easier.
Yes.
By all means, carry on.
Any other questions?
An hour at most, she should be good. So Lily Alexandra will be at her table in an hour at most.
From morning?
What are the Canadian conventions you plan to go to?
We don't really, it depends if we get invited to any others.
Yeah.
Because we can't afford to come over here purely off our own backs, so we have to basically rely on conventions wanting us here and helping us with the cost of getting over here. I did that on my head.
Oh, okay.
So yeah.
Okay.
Let's do it.
I'll have to try that.
And talk with them.
That's what we want.
Yeah.
Yeah, we really want to go to
We
that.
wanna go to that.
Really want to go to that. It sounds awesome.
It's amazing.
That's really your main here in Italy. We're talking to the form of the and
So everyone here, make sure you put a hug.
Tell her you want us there.
Yeah.
We will love to come back. It's been good fun.
we actually wanted them this year,
No,
but
that's true.
Yaya hadn't actually said no for the year before because of Celebration 5, so we had to invite her this year. So because if not, it would be good.
I mean, it was, like, Canadian hospitality is the best in the world so far that we've experienced, honestly. We were talking last night about how welcome we felt from everyone. It was brilliant.
Oh, there's a better one. That's better, Andrea. Sorry, I knew I had it on here somewhere. That's a better one.
Oh, okay.
And that's just from layering paint. Just getting one paint, putting it on, then another one, putting it on. So,
Well,
yeah.
I'll have to try that.
And that was with a real fishnet as well.
Sorry, one sec. What?
Carry on.
Your OC character that you were shouting, I can't remember his name.
Nicholas?
Yes. What's his general backstory?
Oh, I don't know. I only did him like, he's not the one I'm doing for my novel, unfortunately. It was a steampunk story, but he was just a bit nutty. The whole story was a mixture of, I was taking all their first names were Greek mythology, so their names relate to Greek mythology in some way. So he was son of Daedalus, he was an adventurer, and then all the surnames were Great British literature. So his name was Chris Fogg, because Fogg around the world made this an event. So it was a really silly story, and it was about the Titans actually being robots and stuff like that.
I'm saying that, if any of you here are budding authors, apparently steampunk is the next upcoming genre to be writing for. They reckon that's going to be the next literature big thing. So if any of you are writing a steampunk novel, get it done and get it sent to a publisher, because now's the time to try and push it.
That's what my course leader said, because I do a master's degree in novel writing, and she was really keen on it. She said, you wanted to get in the market, get in
Now's the time to do it.
Steampunk's what they're looking for.
They go insider knowledge, guys.
You pay £3,000 for that knowledge, otherwise.
Yeah, we've just given it away for free.
I think because you didn't go to any cons, because steampunk has been the big thing in literature at the costuming community for a long time.
Yeah, exactly. It's been
So
huge in
people are
costume.
actually asking for it.
Yeah, exactly. Because they've said the vampire phase is over now. They've said that all the publishing industry
Oversaturated.
Yeah, all the publishing industry wants to.
Some guy in Sparkles killed it.
How about that literature, huh?
I always say, I really like Stephanie Meyer, because if she can get published,
Anyone. Sad because it's true. Oh, dear. Any other questions?
Do you have any other, like you're talking with the fishnets on that, do you have any other things that could make doing costumes easier for someone that's just getting into it?
Oh gosh. Buying a sewing machine for one, because hand sewing is horrible. Even if you can get, I don't know how much they cost over here, but back home you can get a sewing machine for like £20. So they're always good.
Never be afraid to go ghetto.
Yeah. Don't be afraid to cut apart a t-shirt to get fabric, or to stuff a costume with cotton wool. As this lovely lady will prove it, she's got her legs stuffed with cotton balls, works perfectly. The best thing to do is just go on Google, really. It's like, how do I?
Yeah.
And there's so many things out there. The number of questions I get, like, how did you make your wig? And I think, surely you Googled this. That's how I figured it out. How did you sew this? Well, I've done Google.
If you're doing steampunk stuff, the best thing I'd say is, like I do a lot of studying, if you want to weather stuff, just get a pot of coffee, just like in a huge vat, just dip it. Like the way I did the Boss and the D's and stuff is, I literally hung them in the shower on the rake and just dipped it like up to there in paint, so it looks like I've actually been wading through stuff. It's just, and on the sleeves and things. So coffee is brilliant. You'll smell divine. Yeah, coffee is brilliant for weathering things.
And if anyone tells you you have to spend a lot of money to do something, don't believe them, because there's always a cheaper way. It's like the body paint I use to do bruises, the paint I use there costs £10, no, £15 for a wheel of it, so it's not cheap. And if someone said to me, well, is that the only way to do it? I'd go, no, you can just get Snazaroo, which is what over here, like $2 a top or something, nothing, and use that, it works just as well.
Like all of this, like when people are like, oh, what, I've said for man makeup, you need to get this, I said, this is eyeliner, Snazaroo, and eyeshadow, and then there's like a 35-year-old man, and that's all you need.
Dirty 35-year-old man.
Dirty dealer.
There's always a cheaper way.
There's always, yeah.
Oh, and go to like upholstery stores, like anywhere that does upholstery for chairs and things like that, because they always have free like ends of leather or bits of foam and stuff like that. Any sort of shop or carpenters, if they, I don't know how common carpenters are over here, they're pretty common where I live, so they'll give you free bits of wood. If you know sign makers, they'll often have free bits of foam board and similar things like that. Sometimes they'll charge you, you know, a little bit just to cover it, but otherwise they'd be throwing it away. So you can get a hell of a lot of stuff if you just ask people.
Yeah.
I mean, all the leather I get is from my UPS driver, because he goes to a chair upholstery place and they give him bags of leather that they're sending to be recycled, and he comes to me and goes, so I've got a bag of leather in the back of the van, you want to come look? I go, yes I do. Take all the bits I want, thank you, and off we go. And God, you pay like £10 a metre for genuine leather.
It's all about who you know, not what you
Yeah.
know.
It's all you know,
Yeah. Cool. Make friends with lots of people, because that's the best way to get everything.
Yeah. So, and especially like our sister works at home base, so we get like discount on like DIY stuff.
Always good. Yeah.
What's the best con you went to so far?
It's really difficult because we like cons for different reasons.
Yeah.
Like, so far, just for actual con experience, probably this one, because we got to derp around with Vic again, which was good fun. I got to meet Stan Lee, so I'm now settled on that for life. And we've had really lovely people to look after us and show us around and things. But then we've got Alcon back home, which is basically a 4-day drinking marathon, which I love, in costume.
In costume.
And then we have KitterCon, which is probably the best run convention in the
the
UK.
parties and stuff.
And the next month we've got FushiCon, which is zombie based, and there's going to be a zombie nerf survival battle.
And then there's Metricon, which is fun just down the
Because how many people turn up to see us?
Yeah, there's always different reasons, might be that one.
It depends what you go for cons for.
Yeah.
Some people would hate the cons we go to just because there's not loads of voice actors and things like you get here. But for me, meeting voice actors and stuff isn't the huge thing for cons for me.
FushiCon, the My Little Pony voice actor.
Oh yeah, My Little Pony voice actor at FushiCon next month. I don't even watch it, but apparently that's a good thing.
And everyone's now being really mad because they can't afford to go.
And then next month, next year at KitterCon, they've got the voice of GLaDOS from Portal going, which will be fun. I actually know who that is. I haven't played Portal, but I know who it is. Any more questions? We'll probably have to roll it down to the last one or two now. We'll go here first, yeah? Thanks for showing me where the Rubik stuff was, by the way.
Yeah. While you guys were making Demyx Time, were there ever any moments that you wish you didn't do or regret doing?
You gotta know your regret is.
Yeah, I regret doing Axel Zigbar stuff.
Oh wait, that wasn't you, it was her.
Oh yeah,
That was my stunt double. No, I regret doing that. I regret us not filming the Cluedo one in a better location, because the lighting in that was horrific.
I regret me messing up on the Cluedo one because the killer was in the room when Zigbar died.
Yeah.
I
We messed up
I
by
edited
that.
it wrong. I edited it wrong as well.
We learned from that's why we don't do scripted episodes, because that one was so complex we had to script it to figure out who was in what room at which time, who kills who, and all this stuff,
And
and it just didn't work.
I don't like
We
it.
don't do scripted, we're ad-libbers.
Yeah.
We do it all on the fly.
Most of the time, like we said, we have a general idea, and then on the day,
Figure it out.
someone will say something stupid, and we'll go, right, you're keeping that in, let's do it, add it in, you know. It's mainly all inside jokes, really.
That's I think for us that was our most disappointing
The
episode.
Cluedo one.
Which a lot of people seem to like for some reason. Don't get it.
No, the High School Musical one's the best one.
Yeah.
Learning the dance, that was brilliant.
So that. Yeah, I remember it.
I do not remember.
I'm such a
I
loser.
wiped it. Oh, the wildcat.
Yeah. Sorry, I'll stop dancing for you now. Okay, we'll go for you for our last question then.
Just two things.
Yeah.
First one, where did you think it, like, well, not think, but where did you get the most fan base, like people who like you when you went to a con? And second one is, I don't know if this is allowed, but can I get a hug?
Well,
Wow.
you want to
We've got fresh blood on us.
I don't care.
fan base wise, the most people we've had come out for us was Metricon. We had like 300 to 400 people come out last time to see us at Metricon, which was really
I think the
insane.
craziest thing was we were up in the hotel, we weren't even dressed yet, we were just
Oh,
walking
last
up.
year?
Yeah, and it was when, no, it was last year.
Oh,
and
okay,
then,
I think it's like
no, and then someone came up to the room and they said, your panel's not for an hour and a half. There's already a queue outside of people waiting to
Oh,
go in
yeah.
because they want to be at the front, and it was like, what?
And then on the first year, we just turned up to the hotel, dumped our stuff, and we were stood out on the sort of balcony that looks down into the lobby, just because we'd never been in a hotel like you. So we were just stood there looking down, like, oh, this is really cool, isn't it? And then there was a group of Naruto cosplayers. We were on like the 13th floor, just down at the bottom, and they look up. Hang on. 13th, look to the left! Yeah, so we're done apparently, we get car. But yeah, that was our most fun. Yeah, it was you get covered in blood, I'm sorry. I think we're reasonably dry now. Let me go. Okay.
We've got a booth over yonder.
In that general direction.
Yeah.
They're next to the Star Wars people.
Next to Jeremy Bullock, I know we're next to him. I need to get his autograph.
Okay.
But yeah, so if anyone has any more questions or just wants to see us. But we've got photos if anyone wants us to sign stuff that we don't charge for any of it, we don't do that shit.
Or do.
Do we? So yeah, we're going to wander over there if anyone wants to come and say hi, we'd love that. And thanks.